Okay, so recently we did a video on Rhino Linux, which of course is Ubuntu rolling Ubuntu with, a couple of custom features done on the XFCE interface with a unicorn customization and of course using the dev repos. But here's the thing for you. What if you still want the advantage of Ubuntu being rolling, but you still wanted to go back Ubuntu? You don't want it to use the unicorn or XFCE interface. You don't want any of this. You want it to look like traditional Ubuntu. I'm going to show you how to do that. So the first thing you're going to do is update your system. So what you can do is you can open up a terminal and you can go rhino-pkg update, and it will update all the packages. It's the exact same thing as if you were to go to your system here and click on system update. It's going to do the exact same thing. And of course, the first step, of course, is always make sure you have the stable software on your machine. And all the latest updates, always important. Okay, so it's applying its updates, no major updates here, so we don't really, yeah, it's fine, yes. Okay, so it's updated itself. So at this point, we've got Rhino Linux at the pretty updated state. So now what we're going to do now is if we want to make this look like traditional Ubuntu. So basically you want the Gnome interface back with Ubuntu's extension. So what you're going to do here is you're just going to do rhino-pkg, and you're going to say install Ubuntu-desktop. You're going to hit enter, and it's going to give you all these options here. Hit enter. We're going to select option 0, so it pulls in the packages it needs. And so I don't recommend doing the minimal. We're going to press enter. It's going to say we're sure. We're going to say yes. Put in our credentials. And what it's going to do now is it's going to pull in the additional Gnome software and a couple of packages that is needed to pull this in. And a very important is one of the next steps that's going to come up. So here, of course, it's talking about the display manager, which is essentially when your system starts, that it gives you the username and password. That section there is your display manager. Now, they are on Rhino using Light TN. You don't have to change to Gnome Display Manager, but I recommend you change it to Gnome Display Manager, because if you don't, then screen locking might not work. So then just choose GDM3, press enter. So what the change that you're going to find after that is once we reboot, it's going to have the more traditional Ubuntu login screen as well. So doing it like this, of course, removes some of the Rhino branding and replaces it back with the normal Ubuntu branding as well. Okay, we'll come back once it's completed here. Okay, so it clearly says it needs reboot, so let's reboot this. Okay, starting up, it still shows Rhino. Back to the normal Ubuntu login. If you check over here, make sure this is on Ubuntu or Ubuntu Xorg. I've probably better in case I change to Ubuntu Xorg or X11. But you could use Ubuntu right out there. If you want to go back to your Unicorn or to the traditional Rhino look, just choose Unicorn session. So here we're going to just log in, and you'll be greeted with the normal Ubuntu interface. But now, of course, it is rolling edition. So we've just taken Rhino and we've made it look like traditional Ubuntu. And you'll see here, even if I was to go to settings here, calls itself Ubuntu. It does know it is Rhino Linux mainline, still using the new kernel. And if I was to open up a terminal and to near-fetch, it's still showing as Rhino Linux. And if you want to update the system still in future, you can still find your system here, and you can do system upgrade as normal, and it should continue working as per normal. So yeah, folks, this is a way if you want Rhino to look more like traditional Ubuntu. And of course, this is a way to make sure that Ubuntu looks like the way commonly is with as a running release. Of course, just remember, make sure you continue to use the Rhino package manager or package wrapper, because anything you've really tried to change is the interface. I will caution you though, because this is running release, you don't know what changes might happen in the background. Like that is always something to bear in mind. Folks, as always, thank you for watching. And what we'll do is on the next step, when you come back, I'm going to show you how to do this, but make it look like Kubuntu instead. Okay, welcome back. And this time we're going to take this and make this resemble Kubuntu. Essentially, we're going to have Rhino Linux using KDE interface, so essentially turning it back into Kubuntu or Kubuntu rolling. So first things first here, we're going to do Rhino-pkg update. Sure, yes. As before, with taking this back to the non-Ubuntu look, we first do update. Now I'm going to open the terminal again, and now we're going to go, you guessed it, Rhino-package install, this time Kubuntu-desktop. And here there's only one option, Kubuntu-desktop, so we're going to select that version. You can hit enter. I'll be sure, yes. And now it's going to pull down all of the required files that it needs. Okay, so now next to a reboot, systemctl reboot. Okay, still has the Rhino there. Now here, of course, you limit choose Plasma X11, right, and Modern, and KDE, which is what we want, since Kubuntu uses KDE. Give it a couple of moments here. Guys, let's take a look at the settings. So I'm just going to make this dark, apply that. Still has the purple stuff behind it. If we go to about the system, of course, it now shows as Kubuntu running. And let's close that. I'm just going to open this here. And then, of course, what I'm going to do is open up a terminal. And in the terminal, I'm going to do a near fetch. And it's still, of course, Rhino Linux, but now we're using KDE instead. Now, because it still uses Thinner as the default file manager, what we can do is, if you want, we can install Dolphin KDE's file manager, which I don't see is installed here. So let's just fix that up quickly. So you can open up a terminal again. Still is on XFCE terminal, and we're going to do a Rhino-package install Dolphin. Right. So we're going to choose the first option. Yes. yeah, let's say you don't want to use the XFCE terminal either, and then we can just install KDE's console. And the first option, install that, but no, sorry. Console, which is option 0. Install, yes. And okay, so now that we have Dolphin back, we're just going to go to settings, system settings, and go to default applications. And we're going to make sure that consoles or terminal emulator, Dolphin is the file manager. So that should have that sorted out. If you want to update, if you go to Lost and Found, you'll find your system is still here, and you can do a system upgrade from here, or you can just do a package update as per earlier. Rolling, and of course, use it at your own risk and make sure to use the Rhino package manager where you can. And because this is rolling, you never know when something could go wrong. But yeah, as always, folks, leave your comments below, and thank you for watching. Bye for now.